Look, it's Jesus. I mean, it's Mary and Joseph. Two people. In this system, there's more than just one Mary and Joseph. I believe that there's, with the host body, there's, well, Joseph, and then Joseph becomes female and is now married as man and wife. The two become one. And then because of that host body system where it's AI implants, the man now has a womb and is able to give birth to his own seed. Yep. And then he produces Jesus from himself. And that would be one disposition that's played out. And if that's not true, then it should be a movie, should be made explaining that. Then there's Mary and Joseph. It still has to do with the host body. But it's two people this time. So they're both males, and then Joseph turns to female. I mean, Mary becomes female. Maybe his name was Mike or something. And then, so Mike turns to Mary, and then Joseph, and Mary gets pregnant by Joseph. So Mary went from male to female. But I heard there's a bunch of different types. That's why I was getting so confused about the alien type mixture. There's different mechanisms and different ways, and the first one would be for like the reptilian race reproducing itself. It's a real thing. It actually takes place with the reptilians. And then because you have the host body system, both beliefs, different ways of going about it to play out the end time prophecy. Joseph and Mary had a little lamb, but it was a lamb from the man's seed to another man that was able to have the implant and only receive and give birth. The first way is just bear with me because I know what it sounds like as I'm saying it, but regardless, it definitely makes for a good I was gonna say Wi-Fi movie, sci-fi on Wi-Fi. So they both have a baby, but it's two men and a baby. I think there's or is that 2.5 men? 2 men and a baby. Then there's the spiritual, which is produced from someone who's known as Joseph and someone who's known as Mary, two single people. But it's not like there's no feminine side attached to the male part in this script. But I see it as the third option is the spiritual birth that's possible to happen through YouTube. You can create that same script you can create the same script but this time around you're gonna have a birthing of the spirit. Can you create this spirit out of creating, let's say, like the Gang Stalking Corporation and the tactics and all that kind of stuff, and all the tactics that take place, and then all the stuff that happens in the world that you see on TV and that sickens you? And can you birth a spirit like the Christ spirit? Can you get Christ to rise in this world through this system on the YouTube platform? Is that possible to actually happen? Because you can get the demons to rise up, but they only rise up when you resist them or when you expose them. Then you start to find, it's like the Christ spirit starts to make the demon spirit rise up and like cut themselves. And then the fourth version, let's just say this is the fourth version of Joseph and Mary, from what I've learned with these almost 5 years on YouTube searching, is that the most common belief is Joseph really didn't have sex with Mary at all, and the baby that was conceived was from God. Like, it was just out of nowhere. Well, that kind of can happen if Mary went from male to female. Maybe Joseph didn't even know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Joseph didn't even know that Mary went from male to female, and he had his own baby, parthenogenesis. Look it up. He had his own baby, and then therefore that would be called the Christ. So whenever you birth that child from the parthenogenesis type of alien mixture, reptilian race, this is how the birthing system is. I'm just trying to explain it as I understand it. So Mary would be Mary would be in that system male to female, and is having its own baby. And that is one way of seeing it, because then that specific person that has that done to their body inside, they can play that out in the real world when you know about it, and that baby that they have is going to be called Jesus. This could have happened 33 years ago, and now Jesus on earth, and the Father, God that runs the world, his son is down here, and he's preaching, and he looks just like his father, and you can't even tell. They're almost like twins, like a twin system. Because if you had your own baby, I would assume if you keep your seed to yourself within the way that surgery thing is done too, and then when you have a baby, maybe because of the mixture of the DNA, that baby, the mixture of the DNA, the baby now is born that way, and it doesn't need the surgery. Yeah, just some deep thoughts to think about. But with Mary and Joseph, in the real world, but to get you what we were all supposed to believe, as we were taught, is that somehow Mary actually got pregnant, and it wasn't even by another man. It was literally by the Spirit of God. But because in this system alone, that can take place, the spirit can rise on the YouTube platform and start to take over, and then it just dominates all of the leaders over time. And we're at the time where that's supposed to happen anyway. But there is a false prophet that will be playing out that same type of role, so you got to look out for whoever the false prophet may be. I mean, I have a few candidates, but another U-turn. Didn't they do that last time? This stole my money. Right here. This whole thing is shaking. The whole ground. This whole ground is shaking almost out of control. Just an observation. I mean, in this circle here, I'm feeling this ground shaking. But it may be just me. It may be just me. Because I was inside that the building today where everything seems to move around a bit when the heat's on. I don't know what kind of power can do that, but if this center part burst open, like some kind of great earthquake in that dead center, then I just wanted to let you know that I felt it beforehand. And I'm just telling you right now, it feels like this whole center part was shaking around right after that Army helicopter was flying about 10 feet above my head. But that was a hard hit on my legs because it happened out of nowhere. I was sitting in the truck and I started feeling the pulsing in my back, my lower left back, like a pulsing feeling. And then that's why I had to get out of the truck. I'm like, all right, I get the point. I got to get out. And then I'm standing on the ground and it's just vibrating extremely viciously. Or I just got hit with something that feels that way. But I was looking at the where I'm paying the toll at, putting the credit card in there, and that whole thing was moving around. Maybe I'll see it in the video when I rewind it. Because it's 1, 2, or 3 different things. It's either just me, or it's just me thinking it's just me and it's really nothing and I'm just paranoid. Like Kobe isn't still alive. Just paranoid. I mean, everybody seems suspicious to me. Because when you experience it at work and you see the tactics being done by people, you know it's possible every corner that you go. But this is the invisible world. And for those of you that go through this, I just try to help you out with what I've learned. It's a mental battle inside of your own head. My whole body's buzzing right now. And it's not in a good way. It's not in a good way whatsoever. AM. Her name is Sqaure. The very first caller that got saved from Click's AM radio channel. The moon and the sun. Are out. There was a vision that woman that had the 12 stars above her head. There's its twin. Mirror reflection. And that's the cathedral. 222. Alright, so I just witnessed that they do use their children. So there's no real age limit to join in the corporation. Because it was just a move. It was a timing move. Just for you. So I gave him a thumbs up because he did a good job with it. It's like my favorite place. Judas knows this place pretty well. Yeah, see? That was confirmation. You say it out loud, Judas let you know. Okay, so here's Matthew, Hey, Matthew. Hey, Derek. Clap of truth. What's up, Derek? Jerry. How's it going, man? You still hanging out? Andrew. Jethro. Tim still there? Boldly? Tyler Mullen. SJD, he's still here. Hey, buddy. Number 10. JK. Hey, Click. So I do understand that I could have these backwards because this one's not there anymore. But it was funny that I heard the Grammys nomination. They just released the top 12 couple from Philly. Justin Michael. I meant to put you right before Steve. Or right before, yeah, right before Steve. But I forgot the one. But I did put you first. I just needed the juxtaposition of the time of slaying, like in between those timelines, and that's why I have it done to me in the physical on Earth, like being harassed, surveilled, and all that, tested, tempted. It's because I put you guys through it spiritually on the other end, and you have the ability to put me through it literally. So what you're saying is what comes around goes around. Jerry, I'm surprised it's still even there. I think that guy might live over there. He's hanging out where the gate is. Duck. Duck. Go. It looks like a bow to me. That same hat is still there. Yeah, I think that this place here, right in the dead center, might be something going on down there, all the way at the bottom. And this place might erupt with an earthquake, a literal earthquake in the center of the center city. I'd consider this the dead center of Philly, probably even the earth. What if you realize one day all this it's nothing here is real. It's just an environment and you think it's real. All this is just an illusion. I mean, there is life like this with the metaverse. It does happen. You can live that way. That's quite a skill. Bus stop 8, 10, V in the V, 5 and 5, 10 Kings, 8, 8, 10. Cigarette? Cigarette? Anybody? Alternate. This is telling you to go the other way. Spring Garden, Street East, Winter Street. Pray your flight's not in the winter. Don't go to the on the right, the thing that looks like the meth lab. Oh, I see. I see the dog reference. Don't go near those dogs. They might not look like it, pit bulls. But on the inside, and low, and low, and low, and low. It's that way, and over, and down there. If that was a trap and you lie with a woman and then what's inside of there turns that into that ground meat. AI, you don't know from the outside, but on the inside, it's over. No more fun for you. I see. What you need to do is climb the mountain in order to get to the exact part. You can't cheat and go the easy way, Robin.
Is there a problem?
There you go. That makes more sense. River Dam's gonna go. The underneath are like Legos. Look at that. Built out of Legos.